Welcome back to the Lux Podcast, episode 3. As you can see, Short Stack is not here today, as this is my show. But we do have C Rob, Cole Roberts, welcome in.
What's happening?
You and Short Stack have known each other for a long time now.
Indeed.
How did you guys meet and start interacting?
Um, so even before Mesa, obviously not Shane and I were college teammates at San Diego Mesa College, played baseball together for 2 years. But before that, we knew about each other, but we had never really interacted. So that was back at Westview High School, man. Neither of us went there, but we took pitching lessons there from Coach Pat Edwards. Shout out Pat, great dude. He did a lot for both Shane and I, so I remember being in the bullpen at Westview High School and seeing Shane pitch and just like, man, who is this? This like skinny, crafty lefty. He's mixing it up, and like Pat would tell me about him, and I was like, man, it's so crazy because I was like, this dude's an interesting pitcher. Like, I would like to see where he ends up. So we knew about each other over there, but we'd never really talked, and then we ended up at Mesa together, and you know, things went from there once we started playing college ball together.
Yeah, so you guys started playing college ball, got pretty close,
Right.
all hanging out on the team. And then you also kind of gravitated towards his music career and supporting him in his music career.
Indeed.
And you've been there from the start. You've
I
been a
have.
big supporter of the early stuff.
Absolutely.
You've seen firsthand the progression of it. I
Indeed.
mean, it's been great.
Right. Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, um, yeah, no, like you said, I've been there since he started really trying to be serious about his music career. If you know Shane personally, the guy loves to rap. He's been doing that, since he was at least 8 years old, right? But I was there when things really started going, when he started on Spotify and he started trying to get his name out there, like since the Lemons days, first track and all that. So I've been around, and it's been fun to watch him grow.
Yeah, definitely. I think we can both attest for the production side of it, and the lyrical side has always been there with Lemons,
Absolutely.
but the production side has just been such an insane thing to see progress throughout,
Yeah.
and especially with the new stuff like roster management,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Mhm.
Um, you like you said, you've been there from the start, so you have to
Right.
have a favorite like underrated song. I
I do.
mean,
I do. Um, I've listened to all of Shane's music, and right there from the start at Lemons, all the way to the new stuff that's out now. And my favorite song of his, which is also very underrated, Top Stack. Check out Top
mm,
Stack, y'all. That's a banger right there. I'm on
that
top
is.
of this and on top of that. I love that flow. And for some reason, I don't think it gained the traction that it should have. So I'm putting y'all on now. Top Stack, go check it out. Fire.
I completely agree. I feel like even he doesn't rate it that
Mhm.
highly on his list
Yep.
because if you look at his on his Spotify, his self ranking of his songs, it's towards the bottom, but I definitely think that it's one of his better songs. I feel like
Right.
the lyrical flow of it is awesome,
Yeah.
and it just didn't get the traction to deserve it.
No.
Should have.
100%. And like that song to me goes to show kind of where the evolution has been for him. We mentioned Lemons, and you talked about how the production and the quality just kind of wasn't there yet, even when the lyrics were. That's how it was, and I remember those days because I remember first listening to Lemons and being like, these lyrics are fire. Like he knows what he's doing, and he's putting thought into this stuff. But funny story, Shane told me he recorded Lemons on his boy's couch, with some earbuds. This wasn't in a studio. He didn't have that yet. So just to see him grow kind of as a musician, as far as taking the talent he's always had and bringing resources to make things higher quality, very proud of him on that. Top stack, banger.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've both been there for behind the scenes and seen how he's definitely progressed over time
Right.
and going from like you said, earbuds on a couch,
Yeah.
all the way to he has a full-on portable studio he likes to bring around and record
Yeah.
places.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's something that's awesome to see. It's just how he likes to progress on his musical like ability just by taking what he has good and making what he doesn't have as good and making it better and bringing it up to the level of everything else.
Yeah.
And I think that's where he succeeds at, and that's why a lot of his stuff you see just gets better and better, and
Oh
the
yeah.
production gets better.
Oh no, 100%. Shane's a grinder, dude. I mean, like, if there's one thing I can say confidently, it's the dude works hard, and everyone knows that you can't start at the top. You got to work your way up, and he's working hard right now. And I mean, I people people know Shane as an East County guy. You know, West Hills High School. Shout out Santee and all that. Love East County. Most people don't know unless you know him personally, like me and you do, Grady.
Mhm.
He's a Logan Heights kid. You know,
Yeah.
he's Southeast Dago. He's from down there, like, and just growing up. And then when COVID hits, he moves to East County, and then he ends it up at West Hills. And to see the progression for him, like, always kind of a guy that was overlooked, unfortunately, and
Mhm.
has a huge personality and just kind of was getting looked past. So for him to go from high school to playing college ball and then kind of pivoting and going from maybe less of a focus on baseball and more of a focus on his really big passion, music, that's been awesome. I mean, he's got a long way to go, but the journey has been very impressive so far. I'm very, very proud of Shane.
Yeah, I can definitely attest for that with going to high school with him.
Yeah.
He was definitely overlooked because he had this vision from while in high school, and now nobody really believed in it much.
Nope.
I was lucky enough to see the vision that like he did and believe in it because I just knew that with how confident he is in himself, you can't have that level of confidence and not be great or not
100%.
be getting better as time goes on.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that he really strives with and is really good at is just being confident in the times where people won't have that confidence.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
especially with going out and recording with him, the confidence you need to have just to be behind that camera in public, I don't have it. That's why I'm one behind the camera. Like, I just don't have that confidence of going out, being myself, having that flow,
For sure.
which I think he's great at.
Oh no, 100%. I mean, before we move on, I can attest to that firsthand. Shane is the embodiment of I don't care what people think. You know, he is not a shy dude by any means. He will, you know, he'll say whatever, he'll do whatever, he'll speak in front of any crowd. He's got tons of visions. He's very creative. And that's just something that you kind of got to be born with at some point. He's just kind of has that knack for being able to talk in front of people, make announcements, ask about, hey, how's this? What do you think of this? I'm thinking about this. Very awesome to see. He's got a great personality.
Yeah, and that I can test from playing Little League with him. He would used to give prep talks. He was the one that would give the team prep talks.
I
So,
believe it.
and I don't understand because as a kid, I was always shy. So
Yeah,
I couldn't go out in front of the whole team, give a talk, hype up the team right before it.
yeah.
Um, so it was
I believe that.
like I just always saw that um, he he's always that personality of just confidence and like being able to uh, just be the team lifter. He could bring up
100%.
spirits just from just hyping us up.
Glue guy,
Yeah, he's always
glue
a
guy,
big hype up.
for sure.
So we do have some of trivia for you.
Right.
Some things that only OGs would know.
Oh yeah, I'm an OG.
Yeah, because Shane Short Stacks music,
Mm.
he's got some good deep lore.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've been there.
All right, so the first question is,
Mhm.
what were Short Stack's first 3 releases in his career?
Right. So first one's the easiest, y'all. Lemons. Oh man, I tell him to this day he needs to remaster it because we're up now. He's
Oh,
got the quality. We're there. Like we ain't on the couch with AirPods anymore. I'm like Shane, dog, you gotta get back in the stew and re-record this thing 'cause it's fire. So lemons. Before I keep ranting about that, lemons is number one. That was the first release. Number two, Rangoons, another very OG track, and also very overlooked because this is a time where he's first releasing and songs are getting overlooked, maybe because they're lower quality. But we know Lemons because it's the first one. People don't really think about the second one, Rangoons. Number three, Big Bag Freestyle. I want to talk about that a little bit. That was the first freestyle release, and A lot of people don't know this unless they listen to a lot of his music. Shane is a very talented freestyler.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Knowing him personally and being on a team with him, I've heard him freestyle many times, and it goes hand in hand with him kind of being a big personality. You ask him to freestyle, he'll do it
Yeah.
right then and there. I mean, he always has bars
He's never afraid of it
on his
either.
head. No, absolutely not. He never shies away, and that's another thing that you just kind of you have or you don't. Like I've seen the highest levels of music that are known worldwide not be able to freestyle. And then you have a kid here that's grinding his tail off trying to make it out of San Diego, put it on the map, and he is a freestyler. He's nice with it. So, number 3, big bag freestyle. Boom.
Yeah, definitely. I so agree with that. Is his freestyle ability is no matter what you do, or if you can just give him a word and he'll kind of just freestyle something off
Wicked.
of it.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's a lot of how the early stuff kind of became about.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's how he just kind of writes a lot of music in
Yeah.
general. He writes
Yeah.
so much music just because he's always has that lyrical thinking, just always going. And
Absolutely.
I so agree with your statement of Ragoons was overlooked
Mhm.
because even when he sent me these questions to see how I would know, and Ragoons was the only one that I got missed
There you go, man.
because I even being there from the start, I remember Lemons, I remember Big Bag Freestyle.
Yeah.
Rangoons just slipped in my mind, and I was upset at myself
That's
after.
right.
But you're so right. It's the one you remember, but two, you just don't always have that remembrance. But it's not even a bad song, and I think
Absolutely.
that's the crazy part about music and the catalog of it is just sometimes there's those songs that aren't bad, but they just kind of slip under the radar, just like
Absolutely.
Top Stack.
Absolutely. 100%.
Question 2 is, what song was used for Short Stack's first full music video?
Yeah, right. That's a good question. This is a fun one. The first um, song by Short Stack that featured a full length music video was "Back of the Uber," um, and that was an experience, y'all, because just knowing Shane personally, this is my boy. I see him every day. And then I'm watching this music video. He's like, "Hey, go check this out on YouTube." And he's got these girls in the back of the car with him. I was like, "Shane, what's going on here, guy?" Like, I don't even know what to say about this. You're like a big baller now. I'm just telling him like, better not forget about me, bro. I better get a check someday.
Man,
But
that music video
yeah, yeah,
that was so
no,
much fun.
it was good. Yeah, and it did well too, and it came out really well, especially for the first full length music video. That's very impressive to me because just like music, I think music videos have to evolve as well. You might not have the resources to start with, but you guys made that work really well. And the cinematography was great. Just being in the back of the car and the girls and the jewelry, it was a cool aesthetic to see for the music video. It was good.
Yeah, I definitely think being a part of that was just like so cool to see, and especially helping him record that first music video, because that's something he's always wanted to do since Lemons. He wanted to record a music video. It just never really worked out, or he didn't have the right
Yeah,
song, and he was just trying to figure out how to get it done.
yeah,
And we're
that's
really
right.
we're really lucky to like work together well, and that worked out well. But I think for a first music video, it was so much fun to record, and yeah, there's so much I would change now
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
going doing
sure.
a couple other music videos, but I definitely think that it's still a good music video, and it showed that the visions were there, and we were still able to create visions with not many things to go with.
100%. I've actually got a little ball knowledge about this. I was thinking about it last night. I wanted to talk about it. Basically, no one knows this, guys. So, I specify about Back of the Uber. That is the first full length music video that was released. There was an attempt to make a music video for Lemons, his first ever song.
That
And
is some deep ball.
Shane told me the footage didn't come out well. All he came up with was an 8-second snippet, which is used on the Spotify canvas for the
Yep.
song Lemons.
This was when he had a different cameraman, not me.
Yeah, oh
And
no, y'all weren't there yet,
we,
bro.
we weren't working together with, and he was down bad with this other cameraman, and
You
he's
needed
just
G Murph.
yeah, he needed me so bad, and
Right.
now that we work together so well, you can just see the quality's getting better and better over time.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, and I'm so excited for the more music videos we start
Me
producing.
too. It's gonna be good.
So, next question is, what month was branded as Short Stacks month during his first album?
Yes, that would be September, which was rebranded to Stacktember.
Stacktember.
That's right.
Such a great marketing.
Yeah, no, 100%. I thought that was really clever, and Shane did a great job getting that out there. This was while we were in baseball season. It might have been during, I think, yeah, it was obviously during fall because of stack timber. Season hadn't started yet, but he would come to practice and talk about it. And he'd say, "Hey, boys, I got big things coming." He would tell the guys that he was kind of really close with at the time, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing this. It's going to be dropping in September. I'm going to call it stack timber. Like, what do you think of that?" And I remember him telling me that. And I was like, "Dude, that's a great idea. That's going to be really good." So for him to self advertise, very important. And something that he's always been good at. And that's kind of early stage stuff where you got to get yourself out there until you got people advertising for you. So really good on his part, Stack Timber. That was hype.
Yeah, and I definitely agree. Like that's a great month, September, because if he just like runs with it, it's such a great way to produce music and put out music
For
in
sure.
that month. And I definitely think that's going to be a very good staple in his music to come. Is just that month is going to have some pretty awesome things happening.
Absolutely.
And I definitely like how he's really good at self marketing. Like I feel like a
100%.
lot of people don't know how to self market, or it's hard to self market because it's putting yourself out there, and not a lot of people like to do that. Like I can
Right.
even test for myself. It's hard to put myself out there.
Right.
But that's something he's always been great at, is just putting himself out there, putting himself forward because he just has that mindset of wanting to be a grinder, wanting to be better, wanting to work harder.
100%. No, and I think like what you're saying, it's very hard for people to self-advertise because I think they're scared of failure. I think people are scared of putting themselves out there for what they want the world to know about, and they're scared of being rejected. And that's something that just doesn't even cross Shane's mind. He's too much of a grinder. Like he wants this too bad. Rejection is it's never stopped him, and knowing him personally, I know it never is going to stop him. He's going to keep putting himself out there.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing he works at, is just making sure he believes in himself and he's not afraid of people hearing his old stuff like Lemons
For
or
sure.
like Rangoons.
For sure.
He likes to see how people see him grow as a person and as a
Absolutely.
rapper, cuz and I love to see it cuz it really shows how he's working, and of course I know it and you know it. We see him working at 3 a.m. when he snaps us editing,
Absolutely.
but not everybody sees this because they see
Yeah.
the breaks in time of how he puts out songs. They don't see the work that he puts in for the
Oh yeah.
production side.
Oh, 100%.
Next question is, name one short stack timestamp song.
Timestamp. Yes, sir. There's a couple good ones. Short Stack likes the timestamps. I think the one that kind of I always gravitate to when I think of the timestamps is 219. And I think a lot of people would agree with that. That song did pretty well, and it gained pretty good traction. And I remember like people were even talking about it and singing it on our baseball team. Like they were quoting it too because because of the what it was talking about, because of the behind. A lot of the time, people gravitate towards what is the deeper meaning of a song, and this one was very significant. Like 219, what 219, you come crying, like stuff like that, where it's very emotional, and this is a beat that plays on emotional lyrics, and he did that very well. So 219 for me, that one was pretty touching for me, and I still think about those lyrics here and there, and that when I'm thinking about timestamps, that's the one that sticks out to me.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a great one. In the timestamp realm, my favorite song is in there, and that's 2 a.m. in Philly.
Yep.
That's I just love that song, the energy in it. I think it's kind of an outlier in the Blue Hearts theme
Right.
or era, just because it has so much energy behind it, and
Yeah.
I just like that energy that he brings in with it, because it has the lyrical aspect that he always has in his stuff, but it brings a different energy, brings it not so down in the dumps. Where I think like 2019, so lyrical, it's such a good song for the
Yes.
emotional side of it. 2 a.m. in Philly is the exact opposite, where it's still that lyrical aspect, but you get hype, you get like that.
Yeah.
I'm not down in the dumps. Let's do this. Let's win.
Yes.
And I
And
think that's what I really like about his music, is how he
100%.
goes from difference of like down in the dumps and also like hype.
Oh, you have to be diverse. You have to be diverse to make it as a musician. And you see people attempt to do that all the time, but not everybody's famous because not everybody can do it well. So he's on a really good track. Um, can you share a little bit about the background of the 219 instrumental where that beat came from. Can you talk anything about that?
So yeah, that 219 beat is a Kanye beat,
Right. That's right.
but he got it cleared from
That's right.
Kanye. So he reached out to the Kanye team
Yeah.
and it still was put out and still was cleared. So these are things that people may not know, but if you do know, you're like, hey, wait, if you're a Kanye fan, you can probably realize, oh, it's a Kanye beat. He's just taking Kanye beats.
That's right.
These were cleared things. These were not things that were like not cleared. Like he didn't just take a Kanye beat. This was cleared by Kanye's team to use.
That's nuts, dude.
Like, and that's a crazy
So
thing
nuts.
is like he went out and worked hard to be able to get cleared from that. And I think that's what makes that song so much cooler is just the fact that there's that extra lore behind it.
Baller.
All right, question 5.
Yeah.
True or false? The letters in the hearts from Short Stack's album correlate to real life women.
This is true.
It is true.
It is
It
true.
is true.
It is true. And you know what? A lot of that is his business, and it's for people to decipher on their own. So I won't speak a ton about that. If you want to tell the world a little more about that, but the answer is yes. Um, these are real names. These are, in fact, real women. Indeed, Shane is. He likes to kind of throw in the different Easter eggs and the different connections and the symbolism. Very big on that. I think that's a cool thing as well.
Yeah, and definitely I feel like knowing Shane, Short Stacks, and being around him with those X's, there's definitely some that were more substantial and longer,
Right.
or there was the some that he kind of just would mention and
Right.
they were there. But all of them had a effect on him in some way, which
100%.
I think is a big like outlier to the album. Is just if they're on the album, they had some type of effect, and that's like a big symbolism he wanted to show was
Sure.
each of these women mean something, but not all of them mean the same amount as each other.
Right. Right. I know, 100%. And man, I even like it's just sitting here right now. I'm thinking back to like our freshman year in college together when we were in the locker room alone together on a couple different occasions, and we were just talking about life. And he was telling me about um, the situation he was going through, which was a breakup at the time from a pretty serious relationship that had been going for, I mean, man, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. You probably
Yeah.
know the relationship I'm referring to. Um, and that's just something people don't know. That's someone no one knows except me and him because we were there together. No one knows that conversation happened until I'm telling it here now. And that just kind of goes to show the relationship that Shane and I have. We talk here and there. We check in on each other, and we've always had a healthy relationship. And just being able to sit down together in the locker room when hours after practice, when everyone was gone, and playing ping pong, and him kind of asking me for advice because he was being vulnerable with me, and that was a point in his life where he was definitely hurting and he was stressed out, and he was just kind of asking me what I thought of the situation and what should he do, what steps should he take, and I like to take a little credit, thinking that I helped him maybe move on a little better, but maybe he did it on his own. But the point is, me and him have a great relationship, and I like to think back to those times of those deeper conversations that we were able to have one on one.
Yeah, those conversations are always so cool to have, especially with somebody with Shane, where I feel like a lot of people think that he's just so confident, always, "Oh, I don't care, I
Yeah.
got all this, I
Yeah.
got this." But he can be vulnerable, he can have his emotional moments, and that's a
Yeah.
big thing that I feel like Blue Heart shows is it was the emotional era.
Absolutely. No, it's interesting you say that, and this ties into what I mentioned about how he's just a guy that doesn't let things that affect him stop him. He doesn't let the things that affect him stop him from doing what he wants to do. So he dealt with this breakup, this situation, and a few other situations that involved women. And instead of sulking and giving up, he channeled his emotions in his music. That's something that I just love to see because that's a healthy way of going about things.
Hmm.
I mean, think about the situations where people have been in that are like that, a- and they ended up making bad decisions because they decided that they couldn't regulate their emotions the right way. They couldn't put it towards something that they're passionate about. Luckily for Shane, he loves music and he was able to harness that and I mean, essentially get things off his chest and make content out of it. So it's kind of a win-win. I'm very proud of him for doing that. And it's been very cool to see.
Yeah, it's been awesome to see how he kind of progresses through his emotions and going through his music progression over time and how that
Right.
correlates. Welcome back. We had some technical difficulties, but we're all got settled in. So, going back on his progression, I think the style progression is also a big note we have to go on is we
Right.
saw going from his not he didn't dress bad, but he kind of just dressed casual when he was with his exes and a lot of the other girls.
Right.
But then we saw once he like ended those relationships. I mean, you were on his team. I'm sure he was rolling up to
Sure. Oh
practice and
yeah.
with some ice on.
Nah, he started balling. He started balling. I'll tip my cap to that. I mean, he Shane likes the jewelry. He likes the nice stuff, and if you can afford it and you can pull it off, and you're balling, you're working hard, go for it. I mean, you can wear whatever you want at that point. So like, I mean, the dude's got like 13, 14, 15K chains. I mean, he's got watches in the thousands. He's got chrome hearts. We got Louis belts. Like, just seeing that type of stuff as he starts to get motion, we're on the come up a little bit, and you got your image now, and that's like that's the fun part because no one sees him, up at 3 a.m. doing this and that for his career. What they see is the shine, So
Yeah, they see what comes from it.
yeah, 100%. They see the result. They don't see the process.
Yeah,
So
and
very cool. I mean, he's balling now. It's good to see him dripping. I love it.
I love I especially love that he like treats himself to watches, especially after every album drop. 'Cause that's
Yeah.
a big thing he's done is he'll get a Rolly or just a bunch of different other types of watches that he has. I mean, he has so many.
Right.
Um, but he always just gets himself a watch because it's trying to show like a milestone in his music career, which I
Yeah.
really like that he does because it really shows that he wants to give him something that shows he finished. He did something great because he did like doing all these full length albums or these projects. It's hard work, and
Right.
like you said, it's the 3 a.m. that people don't see of him editing that translates to them having those watches that people do see.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great thing that we both get to see personally, and that's like so cool to see.
Absolutely.
Um, and then of course with his music progression, there's aspects that he's always been good at, and aspects we love more than others.
Right.
Um, I don't know about you, but lyricism is my favorite of his aspects. Like we
Sure.
said, his
Yeah.
freestyle ability is so cool, and I think his lyrical ability is super strong.
Mhm.
Um, what are some of your favorite like lyrical or aspects of his music that he really hits well?
Yeah. Great question. Just thinking about it right now, like it's an easy answer for me. He's got Shane has a really unique ability to rap about what's going on in his life, but make it flow well. So that there's two components there. Anyone can rap about what's going on in their life. Everybody in the world does it. All the gangsters, all the top names, everybody's talking about I drive this, I shoot that, but it's just base stuff. It's not elevated. Shane has the ability to kind of elevate that. He talks about his struggles. He talks about things he's dealt with. He talks about how the come up has, changed people around him. He's talking about who stayed, and he's able to make those lyrics flow really well. So everything's working together. I mean, we're learning about who he is, and it's enjoyable to listen to. That's something that I think people have a hard time accomplishing, and I think he's able to do that really well.
Yeah, and I think that's another thing I agree with is his storytelling is just really good.
Yeah,
And as a cameraman, that makes it really easy for me to create these music video ideas or come up with ideas of how we can make more music videos just because the storytelling's there. He
sure.
basically makes these songs that are just telling us big story, and that makes it so easy for me because I'm just like, okay, I have the story written out. I just got to make it. It's like almost having a book that's already written. I just want to make it into a movie.
Yeah,
And that's what makes my job easy as a cameraman is I don't gotta create scenes. I don't gotta do that. He kind of just makes it as his music. You can kind of picture the scenes already from just
yeah,
listening to them, and that kind
absolutely.
of really helps bring his music to life.
Absolutely, I agree with that. And you know what? Hey, I don't mean to clip farm, but it's time for a hot take. Short stack is on the lyrical genius levels of Eminem. It's true.
Oh.
Nope, I said it. I said it. And you know what? They're gonna come at me in the comments. They're gonna be like, "Short stack who?" And they're gonna be like, "Who's this guy?" Now they're gonna start raging at me. But you know what? I ride for my boy. Hey, here's short stack. Here's Eminem. They're on the same playing field. Straight up, he's a baller.
Personally, I don't think it's a hot take. I'm on side with it.
Yo, the internet is not going to be happy with me about this, but you know
The
what?
internet can think what they want.
That's
Short
right.
stack on top.
Straight up.
But I so agree. His lyrical ability is just so good, and he can just tell stories so well. And
Yeah.
that's something even with, I feel like you can tell with his music is going into the newer stuff. The storytelling's there of how he's moving on.
Yes,
Like going back to his exes, he's just straight moving on with his music. Like you can just tell.
100%. Absolutely.
And this new era shows it. It's like there's so much new like emotion, new capability. He's not blue anymore. He's not in the blue heart
Right.
era.
Right.
And I think that's kind of I'm so excited just to continue this era and just to continue this hypeness because I love the upbeat, the happiness going all the way back to the 2 a.m. in Philly. How
Yeah, oh,
that
yeah.
was always my favorite, was just him being upbeat. I don't never like that he was down in the dumps of these exes. I never really
Yeah,
liked many of them
no.
anyway.
Yeah.
But
You know who you are.
oh yeah, they do know who they are. But like I said, I just love the fact that he's upbeat now. He's hype because he has the watches. He has it. He just
Yeah,
has
yeah.
to show the confidence off because he's always had the confidence.
100%.
And he just needed to show with his music. And I feel like the Blue Hearts was so needed because he did need to get through his heartbreak and his own emotional struggles through some way. But now that he's out of it, the music he's creating is just such at a higher level, and it's such a great progression to see.
Right. No, 100%. And like I, I'll say one more thing. They doubted him. They doubted the authenticity. They tried to, you know, check short stack and they tried to check his gangster. He's really about that. Straight up. Like they're talking about, oh, this fake, Timu this, Timu that. Nah, bro. Like this stuff's real.
He has the
He
receipts.
pulled the receipts up for the haters, for the people that doubted, me never being one of them. I knew this dude was legit the whole time. Straight up, I'll say it on air right now. No, he's the real deal. Real drip, real everything. You know, I can feel the weight. I can smell it.
Yeah, that's a big thing is people think that he's lying most of the time in his music.
Yes,
He's
they
really
do.
not. This is
No.
things he goes through, these things he does.
Yes.
These are not things that are just for show. Like he does these things on daily basis.
Right.
That's who he is as a person. And I feel
Hey,
like that's
no,
a big
100%.
thing
I
is
agree.
the authenticity is there.
Got to be authentic.
Mhm.
People love to rap cap. Stop rap capping.
It's not
You
not good.
get, hey, if you don't have anything to rap about, go work at McDonald's.
You're not a rapper.
Ain't
You
nothing
can't rap.
wrong with that. You can work, you can do whatever. But if you're not a rapper, you're not a rapper. This is a guy who was meant to be a rapper. That was his destiny because he's gone through these things and he's turned them into music and he shared it with the world. And now we're partaking in it, and now he's really taken off.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing is how he's able to take life events and make it into music.
Yeah.
And that's something not everybody has. Like you
No.
said, not everybody's a rapper where they can just take a life event and make it into a song or make it into a full-blown album like he has.
Right.
But he just has that musical lyrical ability where he's able to take a bunch of life events, put them into a full-blown album, and then also use that full music ability to move on
Sure.
and to just
Sure.
completely go to a whole different side of music and to still produce high quality stuff is another thing I think he has an amazing skill for.
Sure.
Is whether it's singing, rapping, that he can go from different types of rap and genres, and it's still high quality. He doesn't like lower his lyrical ability. He doesn't like become worse.
Right.
And that's not to say he doesn't have any like songs that didn't pan out exactly like with.
Yeah.
They're still just they're there. Like
Yeah.
you can't ignore them.
No,
But
for sure.
his ability to go from those and also build off of those is another great thing because I don't think a lot of people can do that. If somebody sees a song they don't like and then disses on that song, that can be big to the rapper and they're like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to put out another song. He can
Right.
have somebody diss a song and be like, oh, I don't care.
Right.
I'll just put out another song.
Well, that's a good point. And here's the difference between Shane as a musician and I think a lot of aspiring musicians like him. Music may not always hit. You like you said, some songs are gonna flop. Some songs just they're not gonna reach the algorithm. They're not gonna touch everybody. They're not gonna make it. Flops damage a lot of musicians' careers because the musicians allow the flop to damage them. Shane, very good example of rising above music that doesn't pan out and looking at, well, what didn't work? What didn't the people like? Because he does that a lot where he'll ask. Like, I remember all these late nights, man. Like, music would come out and he'd text me, hey, did you listen to it? What'd you like? Just be honest with me. And I always would be. I was told him, hey, this is fire. This is good. You know, this right here, this might not be it, but we can rise above that. And that nothing, he doesn't let things hurt his feelings. Flop don't matter. Haters don't matter. He's always going to rise above that. And that's why I think he's going to end up being very successful as a musician.
Yeah, I completely agree, and he's also very he accepts the critiquing we give him
Right.
because he goes to us, especially me and you, to tell him how these songs sound, how what he thinks about these songs, and he really wants our feedback, and he actually holds it at a standard high
Sure.
because he'll take our feedback and actually implement it into his music, and you can see that. Like I've seen it firsthand, and I think that's a really cool thing is the fact that he's able to hear our feedback and he doesn't shut down. He's really acceptable to it because he's like he knows that we are looking at it in a way to we want him to succeed.
Yeah.
We want him to get better. So we're not going to tell him something that's just cap. We're not going to lie to
Yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah. No,
If we
no,
think
no.
something's good, we're going to tell him something's good.
Sure. Absolutely.
Well, alrighty. Thank you for joining us in episode 3. We
Absolutely, man.
appreciate having you on. It was a great episode. I
Yeah,
appreciate
no,
you being the
100%.
first guest on it.
That was awesome. Guys, this is Grady right here. Y'all know him as G Murph. This is the man. He's very solid. He's a very hard worker. He works as hard as Shane does. They are two brilliant minds, and they've been working hard to make things happen. I've seen a lot of behind the scenes stuff. These guys are up late. We're editing, we're filming, we're doing whatever. So go tap in with G Murph. Show him love. He's the man. He made this possible. Thank you guys. Thank you, Lux. Thank you, Short Stack team, management, everybody for having me on here. This
We
has been
appreciate
great.
you.
Thank you. God bless.